All praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone for teaching us this truth. To the hopeful elect, endure. Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, Ratazah, endure. This lesson is going out to, to the women, in a sense. In these days, you have a lot of examples of the mind state of our women. You know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, Haitians. You know, those that's on the board, those that's on the sign, those that the Lord has revealed to you who you are, through the prophet Ezekiel. All right. You go to Ezekiel chapter 37. It tells you why this sign was created, why the two sticks came together, and how to, when anyone asks us a question, how we are supposed to address it. Okay. That hasn't happened for the so-called you wish people. So this is how you know the Lord is dealing with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right. Negroes meaning the southern kingdom of Israel. Then you have the northern kingdom of Israel. All right. But the point that I want to make in this situation is that our women have, we're supposed to warn y'all too. Like we warn everybody. We go in on the men and we have to go in on our women as well so that they stop looking at what's happening right now as if it's a fable or it's something that's going to pass. No, this is serious. And we know, what's that, Cyndi Lauper or whoever made that song. Let me see. Was it Madonna? I think it was Cyndi Lauper. Girls just, yep, Cyndi Lauper. Yep. Girls just want to have fun. Y'all in that spirit are just wanting to have fucking fun. Right? So check this out. What the Lord say about this. Fun equates to pleasure, right? Fun is all about pleasure, right? 1 Timothy 5 and verse 6, it says, matter of fact, I want to go back. Salaki. 1 Timothy chapter 5, and I want to start at verse, let's start at verse 1. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. All right? A lot of you women, y'all sit up here with this attitude toward the elders and apostles of the great millstone and toward the men that go in and tell y'all how to live right, how to live righteously according to the word of Yahweh Shah. Y'all throw y'all little shots, y'all talk y'all little shit. But you're supposed to entreat them as a father. You're supposed to honor your mother and your father. All right? The Lord is setting up an order that's going to take over the whole world through Yahweh Shah. That's what the Lord is doing right now. He's setting up an order that's going to take over this whole entire planet through Yahweh Shah. And that order starts with Yahweh Shah, because the head of the man is Yahweh Shah, and then the man, the elect of Israel, because the head of the woman is the man. And it's all deemed by Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, because the head of Yahweh Shah is our Heavenly Father. And the thing is, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't see it. Fuck it. We don't care what you believe, what you thought, what you think. But you're going to see it. Because a lot of people, what they say, seeing is believing. And the fucked up thing about it is, the Lord it's happening, but the Lord has made your eyes and your ears heavy. Well, that means that you're falling asleep while it's happening in right in your face what the Lord is setting up right now. He said, and the younger men as brethren. All right. The elder women as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. All right. So it's not a thing about sex. This is about nation building. The Lord is building up the elect in these days and time. It's about nation building. It's not about sex. It's not about me over you, you over me. It's about order. Verse 3, honor widows that are widows indeed, not women that set up their men, not women that put their men to the side, women that sit up there and fought for their men, right? Giving them due benevolence, right? Understanding their place, being a silent and a loving wife. And then something happens to their husband. He go out on his shield, and you become a widow, and you get honored. Because a lot of our women like to dwell on that precept about honor the women as the weaker vessel. The weaker vessel don't mean that you keep on doing what you want to do. The weaker vessel mean it's going to take you some time to get right, but you're going to get right, and you're going to start focusing on that. You're going to inquire. You're going to seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We don't expect you to be on the same level of the man. Weaker when it comes to setting standards over the household, so on and so forth. Okay. Certain things we know that you're not going to be 100% in knowing how to handle situations. Therefore, you need to lean or inquire of your husband how things should be ran, and to submit yourself unto your husbands. Verse 4, it says, but if any widow have children or nephews, let them learn first to show piety at home, right? And to require their parents, for that is good and acceptable before the Most High. So if you have children, sons and daughters, nephews and nieces, let them learn first to show piety at home. So you gotta let's get that word piety. All right. So we all have an understanding. Or pity.
Piety.
Right, piety. The quality of being religious or reverent. Reverent. Feeling or showing deep and solemn respect. All right. But if any widow have children or nephews, let them learn first to show piety at home. So your children and your nephews, your nieces need to learn how to show respect and reverence in the home. And how do you do that? By giving them duties, keeping it real with them, not pacifying them. This is the job of a widow. This is the job of a woman without her man. You shouldn't even be, the society in these days and time, women are, they're very promiscuous. They're very, they're trained, or they have been trained to go out there and, to gather abroad, and just to be foolish in their thoughts. They've been without father figures, right? But nowadays, the Lord is not winking at that shit no more. He's giving you fathers, giving you father figures. He's giving you righteous men. He's giving you an opportunity to return back to him in righteousness before you are destroyed. The Lord ain't going to keep on sitting up here and just winking his eye and just letting people get away with dumb shit. All right? And he's about to use Esau Edom to come down on you. All right? It says, let them learn first to show piety at home and to requite their parents. Requite, what does that mean? Let's get it. Requite. Make appropriate return for a favor, service, or wrongdoing. Avenge, revenge, return, reciprocate. All right? The things your mother, your father has done for you, it's time for you to step up to the plate. It's time for you to learn how to, it really supposed to be at 12 years old. In Esau Edom's world, you're not a so-called adult until you reach 18, 19, 20 and shit, right? But according to nature, according to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by the age of 12, 13, 14, you're supposed to be learning how to take care of the household, how to reciprocate the energy that your parent give you or has given you since you were young, since you were children. since you were newborns, right? Feeding you. Turn this off, Salakia. Feeding you, bathing you, pampering you, clothing you, providing shelter for you, giving you the little things that you like and you want, and your little needs. You know, it's time for you to reciprocate that love back. A lot of these children out here are selfish. A lot of these children out here are entitled, and the Lord don't care who you are. At the end of the day, we can go here. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to get out of it? Yeah, of course, it's something I want to get out of here because this is the point. Verse 5, it says, "Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the Most High, and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day." That should be your understanding. So, you're going through a situation where you feel like you're being trampled, you're being beaten up, you're down by yourself, right? You have these responsibilities. Your duty, your mind state should not be set on how can I break free to have fun, to seek pleasure. Your duty should be, what does the Lord want me to do? How can I get closer to the Lord? How can I do what He wills me to do? If I have a husband, what can I do to bring a sense of peace and solace to his life? How can I worship, the Heavenly Father through 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 being a silent and loving wife to my husband? How can I keep a house in order? What is it my husband told me I should do? How should I operate according to what he sees going on that I should do and work on doing those things in order to the husband establishes the home, but the wife, she'll tear it down, roughly paraphrasing. What can I do to not tear the house down? What can I do to be pleasing to my husband? Right? Those are, spiritual questions that you should be asking yourself and working on. Because the Lord ain't dealing with a woman or a man that's in pleasure or that's not attributing to the church, to the body. You ain't talking about money. It ain't about money all the time. It's about your spiritual conversation. It's about your daily conversation or your daily behavior. Your daily behavior shouldn't be based on what this world has taught us. Through the word of Yahweh Shemi Ashah, we're supposed to be made cleansed, become a new person, have a new way of thinking. Right? This is the point that I want to bring out. In verse 6, it says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." And, you don't want to be in the mindset of living in pleasure. Let me go here. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 2, it says, "It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men." Feasting, pleasure, having fun, filling your own belly. The majority of our people right now, these Israelite groups, you see them out there, the Sakaris, the Genesis, the IUIC, so on and so forth. They have this sense of pleasure. You got these offshoot camps coming out of nowhere too. They come and they go. They come and they go like the wind. They don't stay. They don't stay. They're not. They're not the truth. So they don't stand. They don't stand. Their foundation isn't built on a rock. Their foundation is built on everything that's outside of Yahweh Shai. So it quickly deteriorate. Like, a couple of years ago, you had certain camps making false claims, talking about their families and their celebrations with feast of pork and Pepsi and pork, all type of abomination. Where are these niggas at now? I remember hearing these shit like during Thanksgiving and Christmas two years ago, maybe a year or 2 years ago. Where the hell is these people at now? You don't hear them. You don't hear them. They back in the fucking world. A man that wandered out of the way of the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Let's get that. Let's get that. Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. And that's what these guys have done, right? They wandered out of the way of understanding, and therefore they remain in the congregation of the dead. They haven't truly been woken up. They heard they're Israelites. They heard, certain names. Some call on Yahshua, some call on Yah, all these certain things, and they think they got to that point. It gets deeper. It gets deeper. The understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah is you really have to become a new person. I'm not saying you're gonna be perfect at this time, but you have to become a new person as far as your representation. All right, and a lot of our people have not really changed. They haven't converted. They haven't really put off the things that they learned. They just took a title. They haven't changed their clothing. They just took a title. Even like with the representation of our Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, they haven't taken on the clothing of the naming of our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. They just they know who they are, but they took on titles, calling Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, calling them the names of God, Most High, Blessed, and all these things, just titles. But anyway, before I lose contract or what I want to get to, let me get this video. Yeah, let me get this video, and we'll go from there. Women are selling box. Hey, she is dead while she liveth in pleasure. The majority of our women, y'all about to face. You're actually saying you want to become whores. Now there's some women that's actually understanding the culture and coming back to the culture, right? Instead of just humbling yourself down to one man, what you're gonna do, and instead of accepting the fact that your man can have multiple wives, even though it's predicted that it's going to happen here on earth before, even the chariots come. A lot of our women are going to still stay stuck on stupid, and no, you can be in their feelings and be jealous over women. Let's get that. Let me get that. Yep, Sirach, chapter 37. Sirach, chapter 37, verse 11. Neither consult with a woman touching her, of whom she is jealous, neither with a coward in matters of war, nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with a buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work, nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work, nor with an idle servant of much business. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel. Right? So you don't want to listen to a woman that's jealous. You don't want to listen to, a man that doesn't take care of his people. he, I'm gonna give you this, but a backbiter, he's not gonna sit up there. He's not gonna stick true to his word. Nor with a buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness. That's this world. Finessers, people that like to finesse, people that think that they got one up on you, people that think they're doing their big one. Hey, and you going back to you women that's jealous, you have no reason to be jealous of another woman. You all are, wonderfully and fearfully made. You all have particular points, and you're all supposed to come together for the family. For the family. Of course, Westernism, or how can I say that? I want to say feminism, but it's more than just feminism. It's this Western form of social conduct has destroyed the brains and the fabrics of our people, because it takes away from what the Lord has set up from the beginning. Being fruitful and multiply. How can you be fruitful and multiply and you only have one woman? Our forefather Jacob had 4 women, bringing forth the 12 tribes of Israel. With that factor alone, if you're from the tribe of Israel, you should understand as a woman your place. But of course, we understand that y'all not. It takes a whole lot more. It takes for and it takes this to happen. It takes the power of the Lord to show. But it's gonna be too late for a lot of you, not just women, but men as well. You men that don't really believe who the Lord put in your life to make you prepare for the kingdom. It says Psalms 1:10-3, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. To the brother, Maya Kala, dew of thy youth, that's his channel, very studious brother. Anyway, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Right? That's starting with Yahweh Shah. A lot of people, they don't even believe in Yahweh Shah going to return and do what he's supposed to do, or do what he's meant to do. Right? And let alone the elect men that the Lord has set up to do what they're supposed to do. And these people are not going to see until the day they. Job's wife didn't understand what she was seeing, what she was facing. Why you gotta go through this? You had it all at one moment, and now you're going through all this. What did you do wrong? You fucking up. But it's the same thing that the Lord is doing with us right now. Pretty much, it's like try my servants, take them through the fire. We're gonna see which ones are faithful and still trusting me and still, perceive that, like Job said, are we not supposed to receive good? I mean, are we not supposed to receive evil at the hand of the Most High? Are we supposed to receive only good? Are we only good? Nah, we've messed up. We made mistakes, and the Lord is balanced. But at the same time, He still hasn't even, in His mercy, He still hasn't even equated to us the wrath that He really, that we really deserve to have put upon us. So whatever come upon you, take it cheerfully. These are words that give comfort to those that understand, that know, that see, and that hear, and trust and believe in the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. But the majority of our people, they don't see it. But the power is happening right before their eyes, and it's gonna be too late. Like I say, it's gonna be too late. The majority of them are not gonna see it, and they're not gonna get it. But anyway, let's go here. This is the reality of our women.
If you're talking to me and he ain't got no money, this all I hear.
I am sick and tired of seeing these women dry begging on the internet.
If you have to put a price on your...
I ain't gonna lie. I need at least 25, at least. But I'm 25, like starting.
Honey, okay.
Huh?
Honey, okay.
K, 25,000. 25,000.
The dating pool in Atlanta is for sale. Trust me.
This
Salakia, fair use. Right? Whoever content this is, dating, right? Pretty much I'm backing you up, but in a sense, in a spiritual sense, I'm not making any money off of this. I'm just using this as a form of edification and education to the hopeful elect of Israel. Those that are spiritually minded and not carnally minded, that have their sights set on the kingdom to come and not the kingdom that's about to be destroyed here. The kingdom of Esau, Edom. All right, so let's get it.
women out here selling cats. I said it again. These women out here selling cat. They're not looking for love. They're just looking for finances. What bill would you pay for them? That's all that matters.
I like the way he just like brushed past it. Like, I know what you about, bit. I like to let the Leah watch me on shop speak. We speak as the oracles of the Most High. Find it for me. Beautiful. Yep. Proverbs 31:3 it says, "Give not thy power unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." All right. A lot of us as men, we've been taught this bullshit: happy wife, happy life. But what I've been learning, what a lot of brothers have been pushing, the Bible says a happy husband is God's plan. It's not a happy wife, happy life. A happy husband is God's plan from the beginning, right? He's seen that Adam didn't have, Adam, it would have been more productive and more beautiful for someone to be of a like mind. That's why he created Eve, to have a like mind, to seek the things that her husband, Adam, was doing, to have his back, right? This precept right here. Ecclesiastes 7:26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. A woman that's always in pleasure, is dealing in pleasure. Don't give her your power. Don't give her your strength. All right? Hast thou a wife after thy mind? A wife that consider your words. A wife that consider what you think. A wife that consider, okay, I'm going to move according to what my husband tell me to do. Because that's the order that the Lord has set up. You don't got to follow it. Keep on doing what the fuck you want to do. I'm saying, it's going to be too late for a lot of people because destruction is coming. 2/3 of our women, the majority of those 2/3 of the children of Israel is going to be destroyed. The majority of those 2/3 is going to be women. There's more women than it is men in the world right now. There's more Israelite women than it is Israelite men in the world right now. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not. Israelite man during the judging period of what's coming on right now. Isaiah 4:1. 7 women gonna cleave to one man. A perfect number of women gonna cleave to one man. This is a scripture that's gonna come inside. This is the scripture that's gonna be put inside the minds, inside the heart of men. If this woman is after my own mind, if she understands what I need her to do and she's gonna do it, I'm not gonna forsake her. But give not thyself over to a light woman. All you light women, all you women of the world, all you women that's stuck in this mindset right here, the Lord said, give not thyself over to it.
For them. That's all that matters right now. And me being around athletes, entertainers, niggas with money, bro, I see what these women are willing to do.
And if you gotta sell coochie to someone to get what it is that you fucking want, sell it. Sell your shit. Sell it. I said you can't. Sell it. Get what the fuck you need to get out these niggas. Sell that shit. I can't. I can't participate in that. Unfortunately, my husband is out there. I'm somebody's wife, and they not gonna like it if I'm out here selling twat. You know what I mean? But you can fucking sell your shit. Sell it. I have
These bitches is monsters, man. And see, and that's the what they said, how these women are miserable. And instead of telling you the truth, the 100% truth, she just sat up here and she's a hypocrite. Oh, I can't do that. My husband is out there somewhere, but if you can do it, go out there and do it. And young women gonna see that, you know, because what people gonna do, they're gonna chop it up. They're not even gonna give her, right? She's not even gonna give you they're not gonna show you the whole script. It's gonna be promotion of go out there. If you can do that, and the energy that goes out there, if you cut that off, half of what she said, without her talking about herself and she looking for her husband, it's the same thing as the music industry. When you had Beyonce, you had all these women out there talking about all my single ladies, you know, and all that bullshit, the energy that was good that's been put out there to have a lot of these women just believe they're gonna be single, they can get their money. The Lord is crushing that shit. He's taking away the staff and the stay. He's taking away your comforts because you've been out of order. You've been out of line. Now it's a time to return back to your original order. To, like I said from the beginning of this video, the order of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Right? The Lord gave you a chance to go out there and be promiscuous and be, shameful, or shameless, right? To be to be shameless. I'll just say that. But now the Lord is not winking anymore. It's time to repent. All men, women, children, it's time to repent.
$87 to my name. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If you see me at strip club on stage, my husband is out there. I'm somebody's wife, and they not gonna like it if I'm out here selling twat. You know what I mean? But you can fucking sell your shit. Sell it. I have $87 to my name. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If you see me at...
All right. Let's get a precept. This is the Lord is doing this, man. The Lord doing it. He's sending Trump or whatever politicians. Isaiah 3 and chapter 3 verse 1. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahshua 144. Isaiah 3 and verse 1, it says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Lord Yahweh of hosts, do take away from Jerusalem and from Judah, the northern and the southern kingdom." Right here in the land where you were oppressed together, the Lord's taking away the staff and the stay and the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, your necessities. The mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient. The Lord is about the police station, the fireman, the men that's out here that's been sitting up here having y'all, the simps. The Lord is destroying the mind state of the simps. Right? Men that were simps, men that were begging and pleading and just for a little bit, even though you got a small, you got a small remainder of these motherfuckers out there. The Lord is taking that spirit out of these niggas. And the rest of them that got that mindset, he about to send them off to war. They about to be destroyed. They don't understand. Okay? because it's getting to a point where there's no knowledge of the Lord, there's no fear of the Lord. Everybody's been able to live out, live in a world of confusion, and the Lord is about to shine. The Lord is shining that light right now, and a lot of people are not returning to the light. They're not returning to the light. They're not seeing it for what it is. They're not seeing it as uh, accountability. When you do something in the dark, a lot of people don't see what you're doing, and sometimes you can't even see what you're doing yourself. But now that the light has been shining, right, the opportunity to repent has been given to us to do just that. This is what we're doing wrong. We didn't see that what we was doing wrong before, but now the Lord is showing you through His prophets, through His men, starting with our elders and apostles, great millstone. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. Don't do that. Turn back to the Lord. Humble yourself. Right? But a lot of our people are offended with the light. They don't, what they see, they have no accountability for changing their ways. They think, all right, well, why was I put here? They want to blame the Creator. Instead of just being like, dang, I was wrong. Thank you for showing me the truth. Thank you for showing me the light. I was wrong. What can I do to change this, and let me do that. Let me make it better. They want to, well, then why would you put me here? Why would you make me go through this? No accountability. No accountability. Look at what you're doing wrong and change it. It's simple. It's fucking simple. If you're doing something for yourself, right? If you're making a sandwich or something for yourself and you put nails and screws inside your sandwich and you eat that shit, what the fuck are you going to do? Keep on making the same mistake and blame somebody else for it? Or are you going to fucking take the screws and the nails out of it and make it with lettuce and tomatoes, dumbasses? It's not hard to understand the concept of just understanding that we were fucked up. And the Lord is exposing us. He's exposing us, giving us the light to change our ways, to make us a sandwich that's going to be healthy for us, a lifestyle that's going to be beneficial for us and for those around us. And just do what's right according to the Lord. That's all. It is what it is. I'm about to get up out of here in a minute. Let me see what else these goofy ass people got to say. But the Lord taking away the staff and the stay, and this is what these bitches got to say.
If you see me at strip club on stage, mind your damn business. I'm saving for Christmas.
You know, sometimes we go to the streets and we go to men, and right now prostitution is real big with these little girls. Some of them make it home, some don't.
Do you think it's the music that's influencing that, or it's just
no?
Hold on.
I think it's I just think social media. I think social media is the devil.
And she says some make it home and some don't. That's the judgment of the Lord, man. Y'all go out there and y'all play them games. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25. I'm going to jump down to verse 20. No, 20. Yeah, even better. No, even better, 19. It states, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Right? So even what the wickedness that what's his name, Judas Iscariot did to Yahushua, kissing him on the cheek before he betrayed him. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Whew. Adam did not sin, but Eve is the one that was in the transgression. And through her, we all die. From the beginning, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Right? Silent and loving woman. That's what y'all heart supposed to be on. Your mind supposed to be on, what do my man want me to do? We understand in these days and time that to this world, a man of Yahweh Shema Shah is an enemy. And if you're of this world, you're gonna operate in not pleasing your husband, not pleasing your man. Right? If a man is a wicked, adulterous, scheming, making money, doing things that lying and uh, um, taking advantage of men, women, and children, specifically his own people, drug dealing and gang banging or whatever. That's what a lot of these people are into. It's called pleasure. It's called the congregation of the dead, and that's where y'all gonna rest at when the Yahweh Shem Shah come back. Whether it be through the teeth of wild beasts or the sword or the nuclear missiles. And you have to learn after death by pain. That whatever pain the Lord has prescribed for your ignorance, for your disobedience, for your rejection, for your scoffing and mocking, so be it. And that's what it is. But if you repent and the Lord have mercy on you and you're of the elect, the Lord the Lord accept you with open arms. Therein you'll find restoration. You'll find a place of rest, period. You'll no longer be trapped in you'll be made free. You'll no longer be trapped in the ways of this world. Verse 21, it says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. All right, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, we would love to have women, for pleasure, but right now it's in a time of nation building, educating our women, our people, those that's around us, to really give it all to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Seek the Lord 10 times more than when you were in the world, because I can't save you. We can't save ourselves. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is the only way that any of us are going to be saved. So you need to seek the Lord 10 times more than you was in the world. Seek the Lord with fear and with trembling. Rightfully so. Verse 22, it says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. So, man, get up on your shit. Maintain yourself. Maintain yourself. I know we're in the age where a lot of men sit up there, play video games and bullshit. And, you got women, man, sooner or later, that woman's going to be pissed off. And she's going to find a suitor. She's going to find, through adultery, she going to give you some fucking disease through adultery. And, and she's going to kick you out. She's going to have another man. Y'all going to fight. Y'all going to go back and forth. And it's going to be hell. But again, verse 19, it says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Okay? I say verse 23 is where I wanted to get. Yeah, it's well, actually it's after 23, but it say, verse 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage, make it in heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Right? And a lot of these women, they're not trying to comfort their husbands. They don't have the spirit of Rebecca. They don't have the spirit of Rebecca. Let's get that. Let's get that. Mm-hmm. Damn it. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Mm-hmm. Genesis 24 and 67, it says, and Isaac brought her, who's that? Rebecca. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. These women ain't got no love. These women don't got a man that love them. They fucking don't got a man that's patient, a man that's kind, a man that treat his woman as he would treat himself. You know, take care of her, be there for her, feed her, want her to do better for herself. Tell her, come on, let's exercise. Let's do something outside this. I know you're stressing out. Come, let's go do this together. Let's go and find some form of peace. I know what brings peace to me. Let's see if it works for you. Let's go for a walk. And then, you know, if she follows him, she'll find out. You know what? That's all I needed was to spend time and to listen to my husband. I feel a lot better now. Because, you know, women go off feelings. They don't trust their man. They don't trust their husband to show them, you know, what life is. What you know, fuck your feelings, you know. Let's go do this and see what happens. Okay. Again, it says, Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Yeah. You know, she became his wife. What's a wife? A servant unto her husband. She did what she had to do to please her husband. All right. And that brought forth Jacob. I said Jacob, so I meant, you know, I forgot, you know, but that brought forth Jacob, the promise of the seed, right? Going to Jacob. Yeah, it brought forth Esau too, you know, the balance. But it brought forth Jacob, the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. And thus here we are. Adam Ratazah to receive that promise. The elected Israel. That's all I wanted to get. I know I've probably been about an hour already. Salakia, y'all. But, you know, this women selling the box, because this is the mindset of these women. And they think they're gonna get away with it, but that's their reproach. It's a how it go? Roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, call halal in la Yahabashmi Asha. Ecclesiastes or Sirach 12. Matter of fact, I want to open that up because there's more before that. Right, and to bring it back to it, you know, a gatherer abroad. Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 7, it says, an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Because you got a lot of, a wife isn't based on what Esau Edom had put out there as far as you getting a ring, having a ceremony based on, you know, having a bunch of gathering of people coming and drinking and eating cake and all that dumb shit, playing these bullshit songs and dancing in a single file line and all that dumb shit. No, it's a solemn assembly where two families come together and respect each other and talk about and come together based on how can we build as a family together, not just two people, you know, showing off in front of a bunch of people and then y'all go live your life and we come in and we try to fucking destroy it and talk shit about what y'all got going on. Cause that's what the through the court systems, how Esau Edom got shit set up. That's all that fucking happened. That's all that happened. They get married under a construction or a constitution of Esau Edom system, and once things go wrong, that's the way to plummet the family, to destroy the man, and to put the woman on the top, which is out of order. And at the end of the day, the women result. The children result. The family, the husband, especially the women, the children result. Not is it result? Resent. The children resent. They see the bullshit that their mother had put their father through. When they get older and they understand the law and the constitution of things, then it's like, damn, you bitch. You know? And now you got the children. The Lord said he won't do it. He came not to bring peace but a sword. He gonna put the children against the parents and the parents against the children. And it's all due to not having the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, that the majority of our people fall out with each other. Because they don't understand how the Lord is working, how he's operating. And if they don't understand that they need to humble themselves, everything is a judgment based on our faith in the Lord. And if you don't have faith in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you're going to take his chastisements as if he's just, he's not just, he's just got it out for you. Or, why do I got to go through this? Like I said earlier, no accountability for our wrongs. And that's not the mind state you want to be in. That's not going to bring you any stability. That's a worldly mind state, and that's going to make you an enemy of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Verse 8, it says, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler, when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. And a quiver can hold a lot of arrows. You know what a quiver is? Let's get that. A quiver. It's a bag that you hold your arrows in. You ever seen like a arrow? What they call them? You're not gonna show me. Never gonna give it to me. A quiver. Here we go. Yeah, a archer. That's what it's called. An archer. Quiver. An archer's portable case for holding arrows, right? And an arrow, in this sense, is not talking about a nuclear missile. An arrow, in this sense, is talking about, again, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he find a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. All right? That's her private spot. Her quiver is equivalent to her private spot. And she will say that she has done no evil. Let's get there. Verse 13. It says, hold on, that's not the one. I'm going to get it. Right. No. Right. Proverbs 30 and verse 20, it says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness. For three things the earth is disquieted, and for four which I cannot bear. All right. And this is the mind state of the majority of the women in this culture, in this lifestyle.
Social media. I think social media is the devil. You know.
Social media.
Social media.
Can somebody tell me how much coochie supposed to cost? Because I applied for a job and I didn't get it. So I know when I sell the coochie, I want to put it on the right side of the market. Like, are we charging rent? Because rent ain't enough. I still need water and electricity, car, no end insurance, food, nails, hair, gas money, you know? Or do you just charge, or do you get to come back? Is it like a pay the whole 5,000 fee? You get every 30 days, you get 30 days to hit? Or like, I need to know because I keep trying to go the right way. I didn't call back up to these people. Why y'all, hold on. Let's address the real issue. Why the hell y'all putting out applications? And then I called up and you said, we ain't been hiring for 3 months. But back to the topic, how much the coochie supposed to cost? Rent or rent and some? For 3 months. But back to the topic, how much the coochie supposed to cost? Rent or rent and some?
Where the niggas at who paying bills? Cause I'm not doing this shit no more. Like I'm done. I'm so fucking done. Now I see why these women out here like living good. What a nigga paying their bills? Like where are they? Because I'm not doing this no more. Like the car insurance going up. I'm paying rent. I gotta buy food. I gotta take care of everything. I'm not doing this anymore. Now I see why people stay in relationships and they're miserable. At least the bills paid. I'm not doing this no more. Where the niggas who spend money, who pay all the bills? Where they at?
Women have made dating into like high-key prostitution. Like y'all are really trying to slide it like it's not. Like, hey, I done gave you my time and my time costs. And they like, for a date? I feel like the date is the payment. Like, I feel like me taking you out to dinner, that's not enough conversation. You're like, no, I got bills to pay. I don't got time to waste. Ooh, why are you on this date? You didn't have to accept it. You could have said no. Like, I'm not in a place in my life where I can date right now. Like, y'all will accept dates and then want a man to pay for your time. Tell me that ain't prostitution. If y'all don't quit fucking playing, if you just selling that coochie, just say that. Say this cooch for sale. My time is for sale. Say I am a high-key escort, but I want to keep it
low-key. Hey, the way the economy is going right now, how do Kevin Samuel say it? Like the majority of men, like I said, back to the fact that there's more women than there is men. Okay, and a lot of women out here, there's more fresh. There's 18-year-olds, so-called legal in the eyes of the rulers of the world right now. 18-year-olds that can promise a man, at least a better time in certain things than a lot of these women that's up in age. And a lot of y'all are probably the majority, but there's still a lot of, young women out here, right? And a lot of men are not making those higher upper echelon numbers as far as financials. It's for a woman to get with a man at a certain age, when he's coming up, that he and her can have a mutual understanding and build together. Well, not even build together. Her support him in building a lifestyle for them. But that's not what this world has taught a lot of our women, a lot of these young women that's coming to right now. And if they continue to follow this pattern that the generations before them has followed, they're going to be in their 30s, 40s, 50s without any support. That's what Kevin Samuel was pretty much saying. You know, because they want upper echelon man, upper echelon man, but that man is focused on what he's supposed to be doing. He ain't focused on no fucking female, and he can have any female he want and discard them like they nothing. And that's a trap, you know, that social media has brought into the life of a lot of these women, thinking they're gonna find a man like that. So a man that's just a regular man that's working, taking care of business on a more humble level, they look down on him like he's not enough, and that's going to be a lot of y'all women's downfall. That's going to be the reason why Isaiah 4:1 come into play. Y'all going to say, you know, for y'all reproach, y'all going to be asking men to 1 man, 7 women to 1 man, going to be asking them to take away y'all reproach. I want to get this. Mm-hmm. Isaiah 32 and verse 2, it says, "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, destruction," which is happening right now. And the Lord is helping. The Lord is dealing with his men, whether you see it or not. It say, "A man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, from the destruction, and a covert from the tempest." What does that word tempest mean? Tempest.
Tempest.
A violent wind, a storm, hurricane, tornado. Okay. As rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. When you're looking for comfort, you're not going to get it on your own, women. The Lord is setting up men that's going to be able to support, you know, to bring a little comfort to your life if you support him. I'll put it that way, right? Because support isn't all about providing. Support is being there, doing what you support, your duties as a wife to a man. The Lord will support you through that man, through a godly man. Read Sirach chapter 12, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, starting in verse 1. The Lord said, "Give to a godly man." And then, roughly paraphrasing, you'll get back what you give, and if not from him, from the Most High. Because the Lord is dealing with a godly man. The Lord ain't dealing with these paganistic, ungodly men celebrating holidays and birthdays and all that bullshit, and street and black culture and all that bullshit. The Lord ain't dealing with that. The Lord he has his eyes fixed on those that have their eyes fixed on him. All right. I believe this lesson is really long, but I'm about to get up out of here with this. You know, it's just, hey, you don't gotta believe it. You probably don't see the power working, and just hopefully, you know, for you women, it won't be too late. Because honestly, the Lord is going to make a decision on who he wants to be with those men of his elect and who he don't want to be with them. And if you haven't made your mind up because of whatever bullshit you still on, it's going to be what it is. Let me see. Is there anything more that... I think I had another clip I want to show. Let's see. After she said what she said, I want to show.
Because that's what y'all are getting.
Guys, it looks like winter is here, and
It's not what I want. I want to go to this other. Is that it? Yeah, here.
What if your dream was to build the fastest car ever? But then when you got old,
Entire think pieces on this. Some of you all are dragging this whole black men speaking to you at the grocery store thing. And there were some women in the comments that said, I just don't feel like it. I don't want to be bothered. I'm just minding my business. You know, I feel this type of way. Understandable. And that's it. But now you all are dragging it to where now you're saying, well, why would a black man speak to me at a grocery store? Why don't black men? And it's becoming an issue with black men. Some people come from an era or a generation, or even some people come from certain parts of the world, like the South, where people are just hospitable, where people just speak to one another, especially the black community. There used to be a time where we acknowledge each other. How you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? Angie Stone used to have a song, Black Brother, you know, strong brother. We used to just acknowledge each other because we shared a common struggle. You can literally say hello to someone and keep it pushing. It takes you no energy to say hello. Literally keep it pushing. Like you can physically push your cart, say hello, and keep going. Instead, you're making this, oh, black women are tired. That man asked a simple question. Not every man is hitting on you, ladies. I don't believe a man is hitting on me until a man tells me I'm hitting on you, I'm interested, I like shit, and I want you. Other than that, I'm just going to say hello. Then it's like, oh, well, he has to buy.
And yeah, hold on.
Buy your groceries. Maybe I would have said hello. Okay, so is it a matter of you not wanting to speak, or you're not wanting to speak unless somebody buys you something? Buy your own.
And that's the issue, right? If you have a husband, there's nothing wrong with saying hello, hi and bye, period, point blank. Have a good day. But if you notice a man hitting on you, it don't take a rocket scientist to know a man is hitting on you and trying to get at you. You let him know you got a husband. Cry out. Don't sit up there and try to, accept, whatever he want to offer you. Now you're crossing a threshold. You're putting yourself in a fucked up position. Okay? That's the mindset of a lot of our people, men and women, are going to have to, come to a head jack, if you know a woman has a man and things like that, a man has if a man has a wife, it's not necessarily what do they call it? It's not necessarily adultery, if a man has a wife and you want to get with him, of course there's some things that have to take place, whereas, to be on the up and up, that, that man lets you know what he got going on, and if you ain't with it, you ain't with it, but if you with it, you with it, and back to you women having to accept the fact that a man is not considered an adulterer if he sleeps with a woman that doesn't have another man. But that's on another whole nother level. Anyway, a lot of responsibility is about to be checked. A lot of entitlement is about to be checked. A lot of I've been listening to some lessons from a lot of brothers earlier, man, and it's just like the angels of the Lord on the left hand and the right hand, they're about to start executing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Matter of fact, let me get that. I'm gonna close out on that. Ecclesiastes 39. I'm gonna start at verse 26. No, verse 27. It says, all these things are good. Matter of fact, yeah. Also, at verse 24, it says, and his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Those that don't want to get in line with the words of Yahweh Shem Shah, with his message through the Spirit, the simple practices, the heritage, the culture of Israel of the Hebrew Israelites, the ways, the old path that the Lord has given his elect, or his chosen people, because not all the chosen people of Israel are of the elect, right? But what he's given his chosen people, those that are holy, they're plain. But to those that are wicked, the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai are a stumbling block. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for the sinners. The principal thing for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for the good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil. All right. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. And you go down, the Lord goes into to be a little more specific about what he means. About those that's not gonna, those is not about how he has angels that's here to appease his wrath for him. Because you don't want to fall in line. You don't want to be godly. You don't want to believe in the words of the Lord. You want to lean on your own understanding, so on and so forth. All right. I'm pretty much gonna close out on that. I don't think it's anything else more I want to say, because they already pretty much said it all.
Groceries. I don't need anybody to buy my groceries for me to say hello to them. I can buy my own groceries. Because trust me, if a man buys your groceries, he's going to be expecting more than a hello.
Right.
Again, if you don't want to speak, cool. But stop making this a gender war. Stop making this, oh, black men, oh, how dare you? But making entire think pieces on this and doing all this, y'all are doing too much. We'll never grow as a people if we keep tearing each other down for the littlest things.
I do not feel safe around black men at all. If I'm at the grocery store and I see one walking towards me down the aisle, I go in the opposite direction, or I just hope he leaves me alone. When I'm at the gas station and I see them, same thing. And don't let me see them in a group. You do not have to worry about me. Black men tend to think that they own us black women. I hope that makes sense to somebody. They think that they own us. When we tell them, I'm not interested, when they try to holler at us, they continue to talk to us. Some of them even get violent with us. I had this man walking in circles following me at the grocery store, and I had told him no already. If I see white men, I don't know, maybe they're racist, maybe they don't find me attractive, maybe they're intimidated, I don't know, but they leave me alone. Every other race, exact same thing. Black men, no. They keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and keep on going. And I've been in so many scary situations because a black man did not want to take no for an answer. Why do black men act like this with us? Why do they act like they own us? Why are they so aggressive and angry with us? Somebody help me understand this.
This is a good one.
No, I'm going to let you speak on it, and I'm going to close out.
And I have a follow-up clip I'm going to play of her expounding on this whole situation. But this is insanity. I appreciate the first sister on that clip, and I guess there's a guy who's talking about this. I don't even feel like playing it and getting into it. You guys can look it up. Approaching black women in a grocery store or something like that. Google that. But the funny thing is,
fighting on a reality show to the cheers of trillions. Introducing Smart Search from Homes.com, a new way to search the way you speak.
Look it up. Approaching black women in a grocery store or something like that. Google that. But the funny thing is, This has been a huge complaint, or not a complaint, or something that black men have said in terms of black women. A lot of times you just are unapproachable, you're mean, you think that you're too good to speak to anyone, and you just basically dismiss the black man altogether. Nobody wants us. Nobody finds us attractive. What are you talking about, man? Now, there are creeps. I'm not a woman, but there are creeps out there who aren't all there, who basically would lose it and explode on a woman because she rejects them. And there are a lot of women in fear because of that. But at the end of the day, unless you have a strap on you, who's going to come to your rescue? Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, the white man or the police or so on and so forth. Well, maybe you just need to move to those areas where there are no black men. Move to an Iowa, a Montana, a Idaho, things like that, where you don't have to worry about encountering black men. Because this seems to be a thing. Like I told you guys before, where I live or any of the places I've lived, black women don't speak. They'll put their head down or turn their head and make it a point not to speak. And that's perfectly fine, but it didn't used to be like that. And you can say, everybody always says it's the South, it's the South, it's the South. But what about being a human being? So nobody else is a human being anywhere else where you will speak? Or you feel like you're too good to talk to people? I know you guys from the city, New York, and a lot of other metropolitan areas. No, you don't. You can end up and go for it. I get it. There's so many people in passing, you can't speak to everybody. But we're talking about in a grocery store or a one-on-one encounter with someone, you know. But a lot of you may be just raised that way, but you'll look for constantly be complaining about guys for protection, but you disrespect black men, which I just did a video on that, and say yada yada yada, black men this, black men that. This woman right here in the pink, this second one, she says I go the other way, I do this.
I just posted a video about that black man who asked why don't black women speak to him when he's at the grocery store, and it's never just hello. It's never just good morning. There's always an ulterior motive of getting something that you want behind it. I have literally watched men not speak to other men, not speak to someone that they don't see attractive, but as soon as they see me, they get this Cheshire cat smirk on their face with their little stupid ass faces, and then they want to get up all in my face and say hi to me. I had bird poop on my window one time, so I figure I'm going to stop by the car wash real quick and just use the little hose thing to wash it off and continue on with my errands. So I pull up, and there was this guy who had some kind of table set up where the vacuums were. I didn't think anything of it, so I dig for my change so I can go into, so I can utilize the hose. And he speaks to me. I ignore him. Like, it's hot outside. I'm starting to get sweaty. I'm frustrated because there's bird poop on my car. Next thing I know, I look up. He's just staring at me like this, like the characters in the movie Us. So I'm already creeped out. I immediately look at him and say, leave me the alone. I don't want to talk to you. He goes, I was just trying to come over and speak to you. I said, I don't want to talk to you. Leave me the alone. He goes, well, I work here. I said, well, that does not mean you have to talk to me. Back the away from me. He proceeds to still stand. Like, this is the wall. He keeps standing right here. So I spray him with the hose until he moves out of my goddamn way. Long story short, I get the bird poop off my car. I did a quick rinse around, and then I left. There were so many people who pulled up to that car wash that he did not speak to, okay? And even if a man pulled up and was like, what's up, man? It stopped right there. He did not approach anyone else at that Fakakta car wash. He just approached me. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. Men who do stuff like that, I think I heard somebody else say this too, men who do stuff like that are predators. They're the people that you want to keep your children away from for sure. Those types of men. Okay, I had to stop her before you play the rest of this. Because he spoke to you and he looked at you with a smile. And then you completely lost it. Now he wasn't even trying to get your number or anything. This is like, you went nuclear on him. And I feel like something's wrong. And she has a huge following. I feel like something's emotionally wrong with this woman. Her disdain for men.
And it's not just her, man. for her to have a huge following, man. It's not just her. Well, that's why a lot of men are not approaching women. A lot of men don't even want to say shit to you women. That's why when the time comes of the elect men, we don't even want to hear shit from y'all. When the time comes, the Lord gonna, I don't know what the Lord gonna show us who to deal with. The only thing you can say to us is this. This is pretty much the only thing you can say to us. This is the only thing y'all can say to us at this time, at that time, based on what's going on in the world right now. The Lord is doing this for a reason. And he's talking to us. He's talking to his men. He's talking to the women. This is all you can pretty much say to us. Isaiah 4:1, it says, "And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man." Right? Because, hey, it's getting to a point, man, where, hey, it's been a wicked game for a man to chase a woman. The Lord didn't even do that with Adam. The Lord didn't give Adam Eve for him to chase her. She came to him with some bullshit. She came to him with a form of sin, a form of bullshit, because she thought another idea, an ideology, was better than the one that she was living, where she was given everything. She was given everything: a husband, someone to protect her, someone to teach her, educate her, somewhere to keep her on the right path. She was given what was right. What do y'all say about the nice guy? The nice guy ain't shit to y'all. The nice guy finished last, right? She was given, she want the dangerous guy. She want a guy that's gonna talk shit, slap her around, cheat with other men's wives, and bring drama. They bring that STDs to their household and shit. That's what she fucking want. She wants sin. She want wickedness. Right? But check this out. Isaiah 4:1, it says, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Begging, being humbled, because you're not going to have nowhere to turn. Esau, Edom, the police force, the fire departments, all these men, you're going to be chased down by groups of men until you come across the man of the Lord, and you're going to be like, this is the only place I find peace. Please, I'll take care of everything I got to take care of for myself. Just, lay down with me. Just call me your wife. Just let the world know that I belong to you. And a lot of y'all are going to be rejected. 2/3 of y'all are going to be rejected. But to the hopeful elect women, y'all believe and y'all trust in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord is, he got a place for y'all. Y'all gonna be okay. He gonna bring y'all through the fire. He gonna bring y'all through the fire. Y'all playing your part. Keep playing your part. Make the necessary adjustments and the changes. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua got you. I just want to leave off right there. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. Endure. Yahweh Shah Ratazah, endure. Till next time, Kwame Yasharala, Wa Baba Ball, and, just endure. Right around Ratazah.